Recently, I made a video about how I've started to make work for a collaborative project. It started last year when a friend and I started taking photographs at farms of different parts of machinery we found interesting and different elements of farming environments and practices that we thought could be something we could engage work in. Now, we've been doing this as often as possible alongside other projects. And the work is developing quite nicely. We've recently been granted a exhibition space for just her and I. Very exciting. Initially, earlier in the year, we were denied. Our application was unsuccessful, and we were a little disheartened by that, but we remained optimistic about the work. So we made work regardless. We continued to visit farms, talk to farmers. We went to a cattle market, and I've been trying to make as many videos as possible. What I've been sharing recently is bits in the sketchbook that I make. I did one video where in the sketchbook, in fact it's this book here, I did a piece. It was just a drawing actually, it wasn't a piece, it was a sketch with coloured pens. Basically I made several photo collages as part of this project, and it was different farming machinery that I put together, and I've started to draw that several times to try and familiarize myself with the shapes and compositions, and they're quite interesting because it's not just the individual contraptions, it's several of them chopped up and put into different arrangements, a collage. So I uploaded a video of me drawing one of those with coloured pens, and this video is going to be me drawing a sheep from a reference image which I took at Ruthin Cattle Market. I visited this 3 times, I believe, and I hope to go back several more times and visit other cattle markets as well. It's all about trying to embrace the experience, getting to know people there and have conversations, make some sketches, hopefully make a painting or two, because I'm doing plein air painting, so I think if I paint whilst I'm there that kind of counts as plein air as well. That's my idea anyway, is to try and really embed in myself the experience and the appreciation for this industry which is so alien to the majority of the public. We go to supermarkets, we buy the product all packaged and produced, and it's just, there's such a kind of partition between the farming aspect and the purchasing at the market. I'm sort of keen to engage with the parts which I'm not familiar with, and to also try to celebrate some of the design and the aesthetics of farming, which may soon become a thing of the past. Farming is changing rapidly, and especially with some of the political changes that occur, you can see policies introduced which radically change the marketplace and the ability for farmers to trade in ways that they're used to. Farming practices have changed, and I've been talking to different people about their experience throughout their lives of how that has altered and mutated into something which is quite different from when they were growing up. There's going to be several pieces of work that I share on here. It's a project called Movement in the Fields, so I'm going to call this either the Movements Project or Machines in Grass or something like that. This sketch is just a sketch of a sheep, just one sheep, and there was 2 in the pen, but I just drew 1. Partly it was because I wanted to use the pens. It's a nice pen set which I've been trying to practice drawing with. It's precision brush pens, they're called. 12 premium colours, water-based ink, blendable, soft, flexible tip, refillable water brush pen included, which I haven't used yet, but definitely a lot of fun. So I use these. It's a fun set, it's interesting colours, quite bright, and that's what I've been playing around with. I do have another set of pens that I bought which are not water-based, so they bleed through the pages, whereas these don't bleed through quite so much, so they're a little bit more friendly for how I like to use them. So this video is just one of the many studies that I'm going to be doing in order to try and develop work and to educate myself on how to draw and approach artwork based on cattle, on farming machinery, on farmers themselves, on the land, and to try and remove some of these subjects from the representational form that you see in the photographs. Now obviously this sheep drawing, the most removal it has is my use of colour. I was quite interested in avoiding using black or a mixture of purple and brown to get the darker black colours, because if you overlay certain colours they do become much darker, and I wanted to avoid that because I thought, with my experience of paint, I know that if you replace black with purple, or you replace black with blue or with red, or something which is tonally dark but not as dark as black, you can add interest. There was a point where the purple that I used, I did go back over a couple of times just to layer up the tone of the purple, and I hope you'll be able to see that in this video, because I think that that has quite a nice effect of showing the form of the face or the nose. I don't really know how to describe the kind of nose or whatever of the sheep. I don't know if they call it a nose or a face. But yeah, that is something which I was trying to make the most of. And then using a lot of warm colours like yellow and red and orange, there was lots of that. I thought it was quite fun. It was interesting how I was trying to get a blue shadow underneath the nose and the face, and that turned out green because I was using a blue pen, but it was on top of a yellow for the wool that I'd already laid down, so that just became green, which informs me on how I can use these colours in the future to avoid laying down any colour if there is shadow, which I'd like to be a light blue. And also, if I want to mix the colours, there is that opportunity. So there'll be more drawings with these pens, and hopefully more studies of cattle and of certain things that we experience and observe when we're on these journeys into the fields. I've filmed lots of videos from last year and not published any yet, so I've been going through those and looking at them, and I'd be interested in sharing some of those, but I feel as though this might be something which I do on my Patreon channel. I don't have one yet, but it will be launching hopefully soon. I think I intended on launching it last week. Things became very busy, and this next week is incredibly busy. I'm busy all week, so I'm filming this video on the weekend, and I'm going to schedule it on YouTube to be uploaded on Tuesday or something like that. And I'll do the same with another video where I do either an ink doodle or something like that and schedule the video to be uploaded sometime through the week. And I'm editing a podcast to be uploaded and scheduled to upload on Friday, because throughout Monday to Friday I'm going to be working incredibly hard on some work which I'm not going to share what it is yet. That is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do all the YouTube things, support the channel, but I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.